Britain's Prime Minister, Theresa May, could take a hit in next week's general election. There's a study in Britain, and it shows the Conservatives could lose maybe 20 of their seats. That would wipe out their majority. Another poll shows Theresa May only 3 points ahead. And the most popular song in Britain right now is called Liar, Liar. It's about Theresa May. Joining us now is Nigel Farage, former UK Independence Party leader. He's laughing, but, you know, I'm not laughing, Nigel. That's my old country. Am I to believe that voters in Britain are going away from Theresa May and towards that socialist, Jeremy Corbyn?
Yeah. Well, look, when Theresa May took on my agenda, lock, stock and barrel, talked about Brexit and talked about delivering it, she was over 20 points in the lead. And then she got tied into domestic politics, and what the public saw was somebody who is, shall I say, somewhat cold, somebody who U-turns on domestic policies recently, and she began to look very weak. Look, of course you're right. I personally think the idea of Jeremy Corbyn being backed up by the Scottish National Party and Brexit not happening would be a disaster. But what May has shown is that she actually doesn't connect with ordinary voters very well.
Do you call it right now, would you? There's only a week away from the general election.
She'll win.
She will win?
She'll win.
And she'll
win. I mean, it probably now will not be a huge majority, but she'll win, and I would say she'll get a reasonably comfortable working majority.
Yeah.
However, her weakness as a leader, her lack of sincerity when it comes to policy and maintaining positions, does suggest to me that much though she may win, there could be a battle for the leadership of the Tory party that starts pretty quickly after this election.
Fascinating. I have to ask you about the Paris Climate Accord. I know that the green movement is extremely strong in Europe. We'll have an announcement from the President today at 3 p.m. Eastern about whether we stay in or we leave. What do you think, Nigel? Should we leave the Paris Climate Accord? You're a European. You guys are all over the green movement.
No, I'm not European, I'm English. Don't make that mistake, please. Look, here's the fundamental point. Donald Trump was elected saying he would not go along with the Paris Accord. Whether it is right to go along with it or wrong to go along with it is actually secondary to a much more important point, and it's called democracy. The reason we fight elections and vote for new leaders is so that they can put their policy platforms into place. The idea that just because Obama signs America up to Paris, that no subsequent elected president could change their mind on that would mean we may as well cancel having elections completely. And I don't know, but I'd be very surprised if Donald Trump at 3 p.m. this afternoon, Eastern Time, did not say, I'm sticking to my commitments, we will not be a part of it.
We shall see at 3 p.m. Eastern. I got one more for you, Nigel. You are, quote, a person of interest in the FBI's investigation into President Trump and Russia. I know you're laughing. What's your response to this?
Oh, well, I am laughing. Look, let's just face up to one simple fact. The Liberal elite could not cope with Brexit, were beside themselves with the election of Donald Trump. They can't blame themselves. We've seen that with Hillary, haven't we, overnight, lashing out at everybody. And because they can't accept the revolution that happened in politics in 2016, they have to find a conspiracy theory that fits, and it must be that the Russians have set the whole thing up. So suddenly, I am at the centre of an international spider's web, as if I'm somehow between Putin, Trump and Julian Assange. And can I tell you, the whole thing, if ever I've seen an example of fake news, it's this. It is total, hysterical rubbish. I've never even been to Russia. I've had no business dealings in Russia. I've nothing to do with Russia whatsoever. This is the Liberal elite who are bad losers who are trying to find a way out.
I think that's the last word, Nigel. I think we got that. That was a very firm
Was that
statement.
clear enough for you?
Absolutely clear, yes. Leaves us in no doubt whatsoever, Farage. Nigel, thank you, sir. We'll see you again soon.
Thank you.